began to live in this house, located on Arriba Street, at the foot of the mountain, in 1914, along with his parents and siblings. Hernández was the poet who came to the world with 3 wounds: the wound of love, the wound of death, and the wound of life. This is a home that doubled as a livestock farm, something that was similar to the 6 or 7 other homes that were on the same street. The different areas that it is made up of, the home in and of itself, the patio, the pen for the goats, and the vegetable garden adapt to the mountain's slopes. The space is quite complete, containing the typical furniture and household instruments of homes in Orihuela from the early 20th century, as well as photographs from different moments of the poet's life. From the street, there is direct access to the dining room. On the right, the daughters Elvira and Encarna had their own room, and a little further down and separated by a door, the 2 boys' room can be found, that of Vicente and Miguel. The window of this room reminds us of Miguel's poem entitled Las Abarcas Desiertas, the Deserted Sandals, in which every 5th of January he put his shoes near the window, hoping that the entire world would be a toy shop. But he always found his sandals frozen, deserted. On one of the walls, a reproduction of the portrait that Güero Vallejo did of Miguel in prison can be found, as well as a suitcase similar to the one he would use during his trips to Madrid, full of dreams yet to be fulfilled. To the left of the dining room is the living room, where private life took place, which gives way to the room of Miguel's parents. Noteworthy in the small kitchen are the jars where water for drinking and cooking was stored. Water which was purchased from the water vendor because the well water was not potable. The wood stove helped to temper the cold nights of winter and served as a gathering place where stories, tales, and legends were passed on from generation to generation. From the kitchen, the patio can be accessed, which includes a well, a stone basin, a wood storage area, and an outhouse. It is partially gardened with plants that reproduce the smells exhaled by the poems of Miguel as he walked through the gardens and fields of Orihuela. Following a small staircase, the visitor can come across the goat pen, which reminds us of the poem En cuclillas, ordeño a una cabrita y un sueño, where it is not quite clear if the curious rock is invading the garden or if the garden is caressing the rock. This small space is home to the fig tree, the tree which gave Miguel shade and rest during the summer and which inspired once again the love that the poet felt for nature. This small space is the home to the fig tree. He dedicated a beautiful poem to said space, which he titled My Garden. Local paradise, ultimate creation, near my house, besieged April, walled in spring, where my life goes by, quenching my thirst when the sun scorches. My flesh, against your trunk, gains strength during the daily nap, a rest from life, from the weight of the fig tree, so much so that it could be said that upon separating the two, the tree is part of my flesh. Also in the heartfelt, Elegy to Ramon Sige, we read, "You will come back to my garden and my fig tree. Among the high flowery trellises, your soul will flit like a bee in its hive, sown with the wax of angels."